I would have a bolster nearby. Have a couple of blocks as well. You might need those. So the way this normally works is that we do some movement and then we come to rest a little bit more. Okay, so it might be a little bit up and down in terms of being low to the floor, and then we'll do probably about 2 standing poses, something like that. So it's not too much. But it just helps move our energy. So when we come to the end of the class and we be still, we can really be still. Okay, so for most of us, the nervous energy from the day, the nervous energy in the body just needs to move a little bit. So today's class, we're going to focus a little bit more on really letting ourselves let go of any anxiety, any tension, anything that we might be holding on to. And hopefully Lauren is going to really help you this evening. You just roll out your shoulders a little here. And then pour your weight down to your seat. Maybe taking something under your seat and just closing your eyes down. And just take a breath or two. And just start to feel the breath coming in and going out. Really specifically start to feel the breath coming through both nostrils, past the heart space, into the belly. And then as you exhale, feeling that exhale from the belly, past the heart space, out past both nostrils. So just taking a few breaths to trace the breath, nostrils, past the heart, down towards the belly. From the belly, past the heart, out through the nostrils. And just noticing if that's easy to connect to, the mind lands well into the breath. Or if your mind this evening is darting around a little, ruminating on your day, somewhere into tomorrow already, to notice that. And just guide it back to painting the inner landscape from the nostrils past the heart to the belly. And then really emptying that exhale out from the belly, past the heart, past your nostrils. Just one more, just tracing the breath in. And tracing the breath out. And then just land the hands at your heart, prayer pose, or maybe one hand on top of the other at the heart space. And just tune in to something that you might feel would be good to let go of a little. Maybe it's just some tension somewhere in your body. Maybe it's a way that you react often that you know isn't so helpful. And just tuning into that for a moment. And coming back into that through the practice. And then just let your eyes flicker open, let your hands come back. So let's come over onto all fours and just starting with a little bit of movement in cat-cow. So the hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips, tops of the feet on the floor or toes tucked as you prefer. And then from your tail, just start to feel this ripple of the tail lift, the belly soften, the heart float, the head float. As you breathe out, start to draw the tail down, feeling that ripple through the back, and tuck the chin in, look back between your legs. Inhale from the tail, start to float through your front spine to your head. Exhaling from the tail, start to float through the back spine towards your crown. And just continue for another 6. So inhaling, really feeling that breath travel all the way through the spine from the front. As you exhale, really feeling the breath through the back spine. 2 more, just feeling in. So this inhale and this exhale. And last one, just feeling that sense of drawing the shoulder blades in as you breathe in. And feeling that spread of your shoulder blades as you breathe out. And then hold that there, draw your chin in, and just feel all that back spine nice and open. Feel that you're drawing your tail and your crown more towards each other. One more breath. And then come back to neutral. And just step your right foot up between your hands. So you might want to take your hands onto your blocks, maybe coming up a little, shuffling that left leg back a little. So you don't need blocks, but if you want them, you can take them. And just drop into that front hip a little if the heart space, and roll your upper arm bones back. We're going to take 4 breaths here. So really just allowing the hips to soften in, the heart space to lift. Maybe eyes closed or eyes can stay open as you prefer. And just really feel the breath again, coming past the nostrils down to your belly. And then tracing that breath from the belly past the heart out the nostrils. We're taking another 2 breaths here, inhaling and drawing it in through the front spine. And exhaling, just tracing the breath, belly out the nostrils. Last time, full inhale. And a full exhale. And then just release and step back into your all fours, back to neutral spine. And just take a moment there at your all fours, feeling your right and left side. And then just a small cat cow, just to feel that energy just release through the spine, through the back, through the front. And then come back to neutral and step your left foot up between your hands. Take your hands to blocks or hands to the mat and shuffle the legs apart a bit more as you're comfortable. Lift the heart and drop deeper into the hips as you're comfortable. So hands are staying down, we're just opening up the heart space. Feeling that softness into the hips, opening up that back thigh a little. Roll the shoulder blades in, feel that space in your upper arm bones. And just take 3 more breaths here. You're feeling the breath coming through the body from the nostrils past the heart to the belly. And exhaling any tension, anything held out. Really let that full exhale go. 2 more, another inhale. And another deep exhale. 1 more breath here, inhaling fully. And exhaling deeply. And then release, come back to that all fours. And just finding that all fours to meet the 2 spaces of your spine, the front and the back. And then just allowing that little bit of cat cow just to release out. Just taking a breath or so there. And then come back to your neutral spine. Step your right hand forward just a step. And you're going to have your left hand come behind the right wrist, bringing your shoulder side of the face to the mat. And you can support the head on a block if you need to. Be on the fingertips of your right hand. You can just draw the lower ribs under, the top ribs open a bit more. And just feel the breath here. So really feeling the sense of the breath dropping out the back of the heart space. Feeling the lower ribs draw under, feeling the top ribs draw open. Few more breaths, just really letting that exhale fully go. Tracing the inhale as it comes through the nose, fills the body with fresh prana. Exhaling through. The next breath, come up, and we just swap our sides. So taking your other hand forwards, threading the other arm behind, bringing shoulder side of the face to the mat. Just being on the fingertips of that hand that's out in front, taking the elbow bit to the ceiling. Trying to turn the lower side body under a bit more, the top side body open a bit more. Really letting again the exhale just fall out the back of your heart. Breathing deeply and as wide as is comfortable in your body. It's releasing those sticky areas of tension, those areas that we often hold on to without necessarily realizing. Last breath here. And then come back up and just allow yourself back to child's pose for a breath or two. So knees wide, sink your bum back, let your heart space soften, and just let the head either come to a block or to the earth, and really fill up the back of your kidneys. So feeling the breath travel all the way down into the lower back space, feeling the belly soften as you breathe out. Breathing in, feeling all that space around the lower back and the kidneys. Exhale and just letting go of any tension, maybe opening the mouth, letting the breath drop out. And then come up and find your first down dog. So we're just going to walk through the feet a little, nod and shake the head. A nice easy down dog. Pressing into all 10 fingers, rolling your armpits in a little, and just feeling the soft pedal of your legs just to open up the back of your knees a little. Relax your jaw, relax the tongue, and then come to stillness. Beyond your balls of your feet and lift your sit bones higher. Don't worry about descending your heels. And just feel the breath go wide into your low ribs. And as you breathe out, feel the belly draw back towards your spine. And then we're just going to step the right knee just outside of your right wrist. So if you have some knee issues, you might want to come onto your back for figure 4. Otherwise, we've got the right knee back of the right wrist, the foot more towards the left side of the mat, and we're shuffling that back leg back. I want you to stay upright and pigeon. So bring your hands back if you're in pigeon. Really use that back leg and let the heart space flow. Draw the shoulder blades in. Soften the top of your shoulders and really center your mind around the heart space. Take 3 big breaths into that space of the heart. Exhale from the belly, just following the belly back. Inhale, really filling up the front space of the body. Exhale, one more. And one more breath, inhale fully. Exhale deeply. And then just plant your hands and step back into down dog. Lifting up the bottom, pressing down through the hands and walking through the feet a little. Nodding and shaking the head a little. And just again, relax the jaw. And then let's take the left side. So the left knee steps to the outside of the left wrist a little. Foot to the right side. Right foot shuffles back onto your back for figure 4 if you need it. But you all look pretty good. Bring your hands back. And again, use those back toes. Lift the heart, soften the top shoulders. And feel the breath here. So really just allowing the heart to flow. And feeling that softness in the top of your shoulders. Maybe again the eyes close down. And the breath nice and wide. And just feeling, if you can, how the diaphragm spreads as you breathe in around your lower ribs. And that soft dome-like quality of the diaphragm as you breathe out. And one more breath here. And then exhale, plant the hands and go back into down dog again. Lifting up the bottom, sending the bottom high and just feeling the breath again here. Nodding and shaking the head. Big, wide and spacious breath. Just feel that you're really active through your hands. Your seat's nice and high, your inner thighs rolling back. And just feel like everything drops out your head, anything that you've held on to from your day. And then we're going to step the right foot up behind your right hand, close to the right hand. And we're going to just come into half moon, so don't panic. But we take the right hand onto a block to the little toe side of your right foot. Then we're going to start to float the left foot up. Bring your left hand onto your hip and just draw your lower belly in. Try and stack your shoulders and then maybe point the back foot for a moment. Check you're not in a back bend, so feel like your lower belly draws to your spine. Now flex your foot, drawing your feet, your toes towards you. And then imagine you're wearing a high heel and do something that we call float, where you push through the ball of your foot. Then reach that top arm to the sky, if it's comfortable, and just take 3 more wide, spacious breaths. Feeling that sense of the breath wide, feeling the length from your soft pellet to tail. 1 more breath. And then exhale, land back down into down dog, planting your hands. Step back, just nod the head, shake the head. Take a big breath out, maybe flutter the lips. And then we're going to come into the other side. So you're going to step the left foot up to the back of your left hand. And then stepping the left hand to your block, a little bit to the little toe side of your foot, and floating that right leg up, hand onto your hip, lower belly engaged. And then just point the back toes. And just find that the shoulders are stacking. Now flex the back toes, and then do the one in between where you press out through the ball of the foot like you've got a high heel on that floating foot. Then lift your top hand, if it's comfortable, and try and get that wide breath. So it's a really great pose for helping release fear. Stretch it out through those side meridians. Take another big breath here. And then exhale, plant the hands, the foot, step back, find your down dog. And just again, wiggle, rock, release. Take a big sigh out the mouth. And then drop back down into child's pose, knees wide, feet together. And just let everything soften towards the earth. Big wide breath to the back body. And really let the belly go softer. 1 more breath here. Maybe roll the forehead a little over your mat. And then come up into your seat and bring your legs out in front of you. So just come into dragonfly pose for a moment. So take your right leg back, have the foot to the inside of your straight leg, your knee dropping out. You can support that leg as you need to. You can take the bolster if you want to, and have that over the straight leg, or have it somewhere that's going to support your head if you need it. So we're going to treat this a little bit more yin-like. You just fold to that first edge, let your head drop, and just feel the breath here. So take a breath in, let the heart float a little. And as you exhale, just drop into that first edge, drop your chin. And then be here and just send the breath really into those spaces of tension and tightness. And it might be surprising where that is. Maybe it's not in the legs. Maybe it's more around the face or the jaw. Maybe it's somewhere around the neck and the upper shoulders. And maybe you notice that you grip around the pelvis quite a bit. So just noticing where you're holding a little, these patterns of tension, and letting the breath really drop into those spaces. And then notice if you're allowing the exhale to fully leave. So it might be that you aren't fully allowing that exhale out. Really follow the exhale right to the end. Maybe you drop a little bit further into that forward fold. Maybe you stay where you are. Another 3 or 4 breaths here. I'm just noticing you've gripped in the toes or the fingers. And just let that space soften and last breath. And then gently just come up. Just give your shoulders a little roll out and pause at the top. Close your eyes and just feel that nice rebound through the body, feeling that sense of the right and left side. And just allowing the tissues to settle a little. Letting the jaw just soften a little. Then we're going to swap our legs. So taking the other leg out, the other leg in. And you can take the bolster if you want it, or work without the bolster if that's comfortable. If it's too much in your lower back, sit higher on something. And then again, just keeping that nice length to start with. Go to your first edge. That length in your front spine is what I mean. And then let your head drop. And just send the back where you feel tension. So again, maybe it's in the layer of your skin. It's surprising sometimes how much we grip our skin around certain areas of our body, the temples, the forehead, around the upper shoulders, or the space at the back of your shoulders. And then as you feel the area of skin release and soften, the deeper tissues and muscles of the body start to soften. And just paying attention to these subtle parts of your body releasing. Again, really landing in that deep exhale. And if there's something that's come to mind at the beginning of the practice that you know you want to release a little, maybe just allowing that to just go a little more with your breath out, recognizing it, thanking it almost for what it was useful for at one point in your life, and then just letting it leave. Couple more breaths. Last one. Good. And then we're going to come back up and just let that rebound be there. Let your hands just rest in your lap a moment. Keep your shoulders a little roll. Take a breath. And then we're going to step back round into your down dog. So just coming back to down dog, lifting up your bottom, just coming back to symmetry. And just feeling the hands on the mat, the feet on the mat, the head soft. And again, lift your heels. Don't worry about the heels coming down. And roll the armpits in a little. Feel the heart space nice and open. Let your ears be in line with your upper arms. And then let's just step the 1 foot forwards and turn on your mat to the wide edge. Bring your toes in a bit from your heels. And you might need to go wider to make it more comfortable. Bring your legs in a bit to make it more of a stretch. You just feel your body. And just find your forward fold here, this wide-legged forward fold. Drop your head. And just feel everything drop out through the back of the neck. Bend your knees if you need to. And you can stay there. If you want to make it a bit more restorative, you can take a block or the bolster, and you can just rest the block underneath the head, and that can feel quite restorative and quite calming. But otherwise, just the head towards the earth, the feet as wide as you want them to be. And just feeling that sense of just dropping in here, wide, deep breaths. No sense of having to be anywhere, go anywhere. do anything. Just the breath and your awareness of your body. One more breath. And then lift your heart space. Turn your right foot to 45. Bend your right knee and just walk your hands over to that side a little and just feel that nice stretch through the inside thigh of both legs. Take a breath or so there. And then come back through center. Turn your back foot in, turn your left toes out a little. Bend that left knee, send your groins back, your heart forwards, and just meet those inner thighs a little now. Another breath. And then come back through center and just turn to the front of the mat and step your feet back up to the front, hip distance apart. Take a breath in and lift your heart. And as you breathe out, fold to the forward fold. Take your hands and just place them on the legs wherever's comfortable. And again, just drop the head. Then inhaling, lift your heart space, float the heart forwards. Exhale, hollow the belly and just drop back in, chin in. And we just do that 3 more times. So inhale, let the heart space lift and lengthen. Exhale and just fall back in, following the belly, dropping the head. 1 more time, this is rhythmic movement, just allowing tension out. And then this time, just let yourself stay. Hold your legs, maybe the elbows, and just take 2 more deep breaths here. Feeling that sense of dropping the head and letting anything unhelpful drop out. 1 more breath. And then inhale, let your heart lift. Maybe step the right foot back and maybe just have your block nearby at the front and drop your right knee down to the mat. Good. So from here, bring your left hand onto your left knee. Reach your right arm back. And maybe this is where you stay in your body. Or if you can bring that foot up, take hold of the foot. And just press the foot and hand together. And try and lift the heart a bit more. So maybe you've got a strap nearby and you can use that around your foot. Make sure the knee feels okay. Let's take a breath also there. Feeling that quadricep, just have a little bit of a stretch and a release. 1 more breath. And then exhale, release. Keep the left hand where it is. Right hand comes to the block. Left hand on your knee and your inner thigh. Right hand to the block. Or if it's comfortable in your body, right hand to the earth. And just turn here towards that left leg. Let the right hip drop a bit more. And just take a couple of breaths there, just feeling what you feel through the body. And just allowing any sense of tension around the shoulders and the hips to soften. 1 more breath. And then come back through center. And it might be in your body, hands on blocks or hands on the bolster is enough. You can walk that left foot more left, heel on the mat, toes off. And then you can stay here, or you can come down a bit deeper, coming onto your forearms or coming onto blocks or a bolster. And just drop the head here. And just feel the breath in the back of the heart space. Exhale deeply out your mouth, let any tension out the eyes, out the tongue, out the jaw. And feel almost like you're trying to allow the gums around your teeth to soften a little. Take another breath. And then just stay 1 more breath here. And then we're going to come back and step back into your all fours. And just allow perhaps a little bit of movement if you need it, a rock of the hips, a cat-cow. Maybe you want to swim like a fish, the shoulders, the hips, just moving apart. And then just taking your other leg up between your hands and coming into this quad stretch on this side. So bringing the right hand to the right leg, reaching the left arm back And then taking a belt round your foot if you need it. Reaching the foot to the hand to the foot. And then just feeling the breath here. So heart space stays open. Just pressing the foot and leg together. That nice stretch through the quad. Breathing deeply. And then you release. Take the left hand to the block or to the earth. Right hand to your right thigh. And then just turning a bit here. So turning to look to right shoulder, letting the left hip drop a bit. And just taking a couple of breaths there, just feeling that nice twist. Another breath. And then coming back through center, hands down. Maybe you take your props. You walk the right foot a bit more right, heel on the mat, toes off, so 45 degrees. Maybe in your body you're more upright, maybe you come down lower, but we want to land as evenly as we can on our arms. And then just drop the head and feel again the breath right in the back of your spine. Exhale and soften the hips. Just check you're not gripping too much. And if you're quite hypermobile, if you're quite flexible, just create a little bit of awareness in the body by imagining you're pulling the legs towards each other a bit. So we don't want to collapse. We want to feel that we're a little bit active. And just another 2 breaths and follow that exhale all the way out. Deep breath in. And full breath out. And then however you get there, you come back up. You step back into your all fours. And just maybe you groan a bit. And you just allow a little bit of movement as feels good in your body. And then swim your way back into child's pose. So if you set the knees go wider, sit your feet together. You try and get the bottom back to your heels, and maybe you want something under the head, but again, just landing in child's pose, forehead towards the earth, and just breathe here. Bring it, open up the body a little now. You move, you breathe with intention. Now really just feel where you are. Feel the hands on the earth, shins. Feel how the body is just landing into earth. Let the breath come and go. You can just roll the forehead a little over the earth. It's allowing any tension, any anxiety, anything that's held around the neck, it's to release a little. And it's very calming to roll that third eye space over the floor. And then really bring your awareness into your kidneys. So they reside in your lower ribs at the back of your body. And as you breathe, kidneys go on a little ride with your breath. At the top of the kidneys sit your adrenals. And these can feel quite broken if we've been quite anxious and under stress. You send the breath, the inhale particularly into this space. Fill up the back of your body with your inhale. And as you breathe out, just soften. Look into the heart space a bit more, in the belly a bit more. In the child's pose, and you're just going to stay here for another minute. Feeling the body just really land and release. Sometimes it helps to imagine that breath as a color or a light. And really feel that that breath comes down through the spine into the back of the body. Fills up that space. And as you exhale, whatever isn't helpful anymore, let it go. Simply distorted. So let it. Last couple of breaths. If you can do your hands back towards you, come up slowly. If it's comfortable, just end up sitting on your feet. If it's not, then just find a position that works better. And just close your eyes a moment back upright. Just have a moment just to feel that in your body. Notice if you've got cold, or maybe put some layers on. Coming into this more still part of the class now. And then come to sit and take your bolster if you've got it. If you haven't got it, you can work without it or have some pillows and wrap it in a towel. And your bolster is going to go the length of your mat. It's going to be by your right hip. And you're going to have a space between your knees and step your top ankle in that lower foot. Okay? So you're not sitting on the bolster, it's just beside you. And then you're going to turn, bring your hands either side of your bolster. And with your hands, pull your mat towards you and bring your heart forward. And then feel your belly lie down over your bolster, your chest. And then bring your hands under the top of the edge of your bolster so it lifts a little. You turn your head towards your knees and just relax into this supported twist. If you've got a blanket, pop that over you. Okay, and then just feel your body just drop and release. You really send the breath through the space of the top side body. So meeting that space, the ribs, the armpit. As you exhale, just seeing what you can let go of, just sink in a little more to the belly. And as you breathe in, feeling the breath wide into the space under the top ribs, around the waist, around the hip. If you're nice and comfortable with the gesture of head, you want to feel as comfortable as you can feel. I can't quite see, but I'm not sure if you haven't got a bolster, you might want to grab your scatter cushions, put your scatter cushions out in front of your body. You how you feel them. Just give you a little bit of support. Stick breaths. The mind only becomes still. Sometimes the mind then starts to get active. So if that happens, tether it back towards your breath. Trace the breath with your mind in your body. Tracing it coming through the nostrils, past the heart, down to the belly. And then you feel the fullness of that exhale. You need to 5 more breaths, depending on the length of your breath. the last one. Slowly press yourself back up. You're just going to turn on your mat, either your legs to the other side or bringing your bolster to the other end of your mat and taking your knees wide, stepping the top foot in your lower leg, and then just turning towards your bolster and pulling the heart forwards, which you pull back with your hands. And just letting yourself rest over your bolster, bringing your hands underneath that top edge of your pillow and just dropping into that bolster, into the earth. And just feeling then the sense of the breath in the sides of your body, down into the waist. And just again, noticing, can you let go of anything here? So, restorative poses are really aiming to let your nervous system come down several notches. So we want the body to feel supported, not feel like it's having to do any effort for to be here. And then we just let the exhale just drop out the body. Maybe it becomes a little bit longer. Sense the breathing mountains and yielding to the earth beneath you. Notice any thoughts coming up, and rather get stuck in a story with them, just give them a label. So maybe it's planning, maybe it's fear, maybe the background quality of the thought is the past, fantasy. To acknowledge it, give it an overarching label and let it go. And back into the body. You also relax. Gently come back out. You can exhale and just roll out your shoulders, just give it a release. And then just bring your legs up and just release your bolster off to the side of your mat and windscreen wipe your legs so it's releasing the legs. And then we're going to come over onto your back. Then you'll either want your bolster or your block. So we're going to come into a supported bridge. So you're coming down to lie on your back. And if you want it to be a little less intense, you're going to take the bolster along the back of your pelvis, the width ways of your mat. You lift up your bottom and slide your bolster under. And it doesn't want to be in your lower back, it's more across the base of the pelvis, the back of your pelvis. Or if you know that your backbone is a little bit bigger and you would like to go a bit higher, you can lift up and use a block under the back of your pelvis. And just let your arms drop out and let your feet be as wide as is comfortable in your body. And then let your eyes close and just feel that nice open space of your front body. Really supported at the back by your bolster or your block. And just let the breath meet that space at the front. So again, this pose can be quite liberating, quite freeing for the body if you've been holding on to tension, fear. Really allowing the exhale to be full, and allowing the mind to follow your breath. See if you can relax the back of your tongue, your eyes. And just notice where your breath is going. So maybe the breath is breathing more into one side of your body. Maybe the breath is breathing more into the top side or the lower ribs. Don't try and change anything. Just follow your breath. Sometimes it might feel quite deep. Sometimes it might feel quite shallow. Sometimes it might feel like it's hardly there too. Straight back to your breath. Just allowing this one to be the last one. And at the end of your next breath, just lift your pelvis a minute so you can let the bottom come back down to the mat. Just lying down for a breath. It might feel quite a drop having been up on your prop. So just be there, let your feet be wider and your knees drop in. And then just let the back of the heart drop again towards the earth. And then from here, bring your knees in towards you. Just hold your knees and take them wider than your chest. So you might have the hands just holding around the back of your thighs, your knees wider. You might reach down and take hold of your ankles, knees wide. So your feet are above your pelvis. Or you might reach the feet towards the ceiling, so you're holding the low legs, or holding towards the feet. And if you are holding the feet, hold from the insides of your legs, not wrapped around the outside, so you've got more space. And then just be in your happy baby. Just feel that feeling of letting the back of your body really drop. Don't worry about if your tail points down or up. Just take a breath. Really feel the breath coming into the back of you. And exhale anything stagnant and held out your mouth. And then pull down a little with your right hand. So you roll a little bit more right. And really breathe into the back of that right lung, the right kidney, the right ribs, back of the right shoulder. And again, just exhale to do that. Pull down a bit more on the other foot, rolling over to that left side a little, moving the back of the left kidney, the left lung, the left ribs. And exhale anything stagnant. Roll back through center. Pull down a little with the right leg, and maybe start to straighten the right leg away a little. Maybe not. You just take a breath there. So the right leg, left leg is bent in, still in happy baby. And the right leg just starts to straighten away a little. You just take a breath there. And then swap your legs, bend that leg in, straighten the other leg out, take a breath. Then the other leg in, straighten the other leg out, take a breath. And one more on the other side, just bending it in, straightening out. And then come back to both knees bent. Take the feet back towards your pelvis. Hold your feet for a moment. Take an exhale, really let go. And then bring your feet back down to the floor. And just let the knees just windscreen wipe a little. And just release out your pelvis. From there, just bring your bottom a little bit right. Draw both knees in towards you. And take the knees over to the left side. So you can feel that you're stacking the knees. Maybe you want something between the knees or under the knees. Take your left hand onto that top knee, and you can just open the right arm out to wherever's comfortable. You just need this nice supine twist. And just breathe through that whole right side of your body. From your fingers through to the top knee, out through to your little toe. And as you breathe out, really let the breath again drop out the back of your heart space. And just taking about another 3 breaths on this side. Feeling all the space from your right fingers through to your little toe. The breath just like it washes out the back of your heart space. And then as you're ready, bring your knees back through center. Take your bottom a little bit over to the other side, and then drop your knees over to your right. And take your hand onto your top knee and stretch your other arm out. And then space through the shoulder and through that side body. And again, anything you're holding onto, anything stagnant and necessary, any patterns of grip and holding, just let them go. Feel them just almost fall out the back of you to the arm. Completely supported, completely able to release. And then gently draw your knees back up. Bring your bottom back to the center. Hug your knees towards your nose to your knees, just for a breath. And then come to lie out on the mat. Put your blanket over you, take your eye back. And just come to be in Shavasana. So let everything just drop to the floor. Maybe you bolster under the back of your knees. Your feet as wide as your mat. Your eyes falling closed, and just let the jaw soften. And just feel now the whole of the back body melt into the arm. The sense of allowing the front body to release to your mid body. And your mid body to drop into the floor. And just as I name a part of your body, bring your awareness into that part. And simply let it go. So no need to move it, no need to do anything. Just let your awareness fall into that part of your body and let it go. Bringing your awareness to your right hand. Right hand thumb. First finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, right hip, right thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Left hand thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, left hip, thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, right buttock, left buttock. Whole of your spine. Top of the head, right side of the head, left side of the head, middle of the head. Right eyebrow, left eyebrow, space between the eyebrows. Right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, nose, tip of the nose, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, jaw, throat, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, middle of the chest, upper abdomen, lower abdomen. Whole of the right leg, whole of the left leg, both legs together. The whole of the right arm, whole of the left arm, both arms together. Whole of the back, whole of the front, whole of the head together. Legs, arms, back, front, head together. Whole body together. Whole body together. Whole body together. Whole body relaxed, easy, free from tension. Stream of feeling in. With the breath, with the space, with the feeling. Exhale anything that's left, stagnant, out, unnecessary. And then just bring this feeling in one more breath. Space, peace, ease. Exhale anything Slip the lips slightly with your tongue. Wiggle your fingers and toes a little. Roll your right ear right, like you're trying to hear the air. Roll your left ear left, like you're trying to hear the air. And then gently come back through center and stretch your arms away to the floor behind you. Stretch your fingers from your toes and your toes from your fingers. And into a ball and roll to your right side. Stay there for a couple of breaths until you feel the breath a bit more active in your left nostril, your calming side of your body. And when you feel that breath a bit more equal, gently come out, find your seat. And just take your hands like you did at the start, one hand on top of the other at your heart space. Close your eyes and just feel that space you've made now in your body. Take a breath, perhaps with some energy you want to embody a bit more of, something you need in the days moving forwards, something you want in a longer term scale. You really draw the quality of that right into the center of you. And again, one more exhale out the mouth. Just bow into yourself. Let your eyes flicker open. Thank yourself for turning up for you and for everyone that you'll meet to be well from your practice. Have a great night's sleep. I hope to see you again. Good luck tomorrow, Lauren. All right. Have a good sleep, Dale and you, Louise. Take care. Lots of love.